Hi everyone, Radhe Radhe. In this video, we're going to be doing chapter 9, verse 7, and this is very similar to chapter 8. It's got the similar tone in which he's talking about technical details of what happens when to living beings as they're going through their cycles of birth and death. So let's take the verse together. Uh, excuse me. Sarvabhutani kaunteya prakritim yanti mamikam kalpakshaye punastani kalpadau visrijamyaham. Okay. O son of Kunti, or Kaunteya, at the end of the millennium, at the end of millennium means Kalpakshaye. Kalpakshaye, I don't know what millennium means exactly, but Kalpakshaye means at the end of Brahma's life, which is he lives to be 100 years. So now Prabhupada explains it in detail, and so does Swami Kundanan. At the end of the Kalpakshaye, at the end of Brahma's life, all material manifestations enter into my nature, enter into Mamikam. And at the beginning of another millennium, in the beginning, Kalpa Adau, by my potency, I create them again. So 1 day of Brahma is 4.3 billion of our earthly years. And then his night is of the same duration. So at the end of the 1 day, 4.3 billion years, all of us go and all the material, not all 14 worlds that are in this universe, but I think up to whatever some certain amount are dissolved. And for 4.3 billion years, they remain dissolved. And then when Brahma wakes up again at the beginning of his next day, then they're created again. And we go through this 4.3 billion years again. And how many times have we gone through that? And Brahma lives for 100 years. And his 100 years is, his month consists of 30 days and 30 such days and 30 such nights. So 4.3 times 2, 6.4 billion years is 1 day plus night times 30 times 12 months. That is how long Brahma lives, and that is the end of his Kalpakshaye. After 100 such years, when the annihilation takes place, all the energy manifested by the Supreme Lord is wound up in himself. And this is for one universe, by the way. And there's so many universes. There are as many universes as a mustard seed in a bag of mustard seeds. And I don't know how big the bag is, but apparently a huge bag. So this is one universe that is managed by one Brahma. Each universe is managed by Brahma. So when Brahma dies, all of this manifestation, all of this energy is wound up in himself. And then again, when there is a need to manifest the cosmic world, it is done by his will. Bahusyam, although I'm one, I shall become many. And so then that takes place. And here he explains again, 8:17 and 8:9 8:19, he explained this whole process. So I think he's going... he explained the process of, I think, the Brahma's day and Brahma's night. Here he's explaining at the end of Brahma's life what happens, that it comes to me. So it's very, very clear. So Kalpaksha means end of Brahma's lifespan, which is 100 years. So the cosmic manifestation dissolves and goes into an unmanifest state. The Panch Mahabhut, he has explained this in chapter 8, merge into the Panch Tanmatras. Panch Tanmatras merge into Ahankar. Ahankar merges into Mahan. Mahan merges into Prakriti. And Prakriti goes and rests in the divine body of the Supreme Lord, Mahavishnu. And there we stay in a state of suspended animation. The gross and subtle bodies merge back into source Maya. So our subtle bodies, even our intellect and everything, disappears. There are three bodies: the gross body, which is our physical body that we can see; the subtle body is the mind, intellect, and ahankar, ego; and the causal body remains with us. The causal body remains with our soul, and that gets recreated to this reverse sequence. And then again, we're placed into this world. It is insane. Oh my goodness. Why would anybody want to go through this over and over and over and over again? And yesterday, I was studying with this friend yesterday, or two friends, and we were reading this book. We have been reading this book once a week called A Way to Krishna. It's a very small book. So I love that idea. I mean, I would encourage you to do that. Pick up small books of Prabhupada, very small books that you can read. It only has 4 chapters, and we were able to read aloud one chapter in 1 hour. That's how easy it is to read. So that way you feel like you've completed a book. You don't feel like it's very long, or you don't feel like it's a whatever. And if you can get somebody to read with, then that's perfect. Like, this is a great thing. 1 hour a week, you find somebody to read this small books. There's a whole list of small books. I can somebody has sent me a screenshot of this list of small books and the order in which to read them. I don't know if I can put screenshots in the description of YouTube. I'll try, but I don't know if that's possible. I'll ask her if she has a list. I mean, if she can give me the text version, if she has the text. So anyways, though, you pick up this book, you read with someone, and you pick up any one of these small books and you read aloud one chapter once a week. You just read aloud. You can discuss at the end, but you focus. You maintain focus on reading so that you're making progress and you're not just wasting time having conversations. Conversations are great. Building relationships are absolutely great. They're necessary. But what I would suggest, I've been doing this with friends, right? So I am learning from this process, is you read first and you say the first hour we're only going to read. And then afterwards, if we want to have conversations, we can. But we do the reading first. We prioritize the reading first, and we meet on time always. Whatever the time is, fixed time. If things change, that's okay. But like we try to meet always on time, fixed date, fixed day. I mean, like every Thursday is at this time at 7 p.m. or whatever. And we read for 1 hour, and then afterwards, if we want to spend time talking, we do. But we have read for an hour. We have completed the thing. And in 4 weeks, you're finished one book, and you just keep going, book after book after book after book. You just keep going, and you learn so much in that process. Just once a week, you're spending 1 hour, but you're doing it with I mean, you can do it on your own, of course, as well. But if you're doing it with a friend, then it's so yesterday. If you're doing it with one friend, it doesn't work as well. If you're doing it with two friends, it works better, because I've been studying with this one friend, just the two of us, and she's canceled so many times, right? Because it's like, oh, something happens, just cancel, and let's try later, because it's just two of us. But when the third person was involved, especially because that third person is not a very close person, like the two of us are very good friends, right? So, but the third person is not close. So yesterday she wanted to cancel. She was tired, but she was like, okay, if you're going, I'll go also. There was that thing that, yes, okay, there is somebody else there. So try to involve other people also so that you can make progress. Anyway, so why did I get onto that? Yeah, there was a reason for that. Oh, so we were discussing, what were we discussing? Oh, there was a reason I went on to that topic and I'm now forgetting. Okay. Oh, it was good too. Okay, never mind. I don't remember right now. I'm not going to waste your time trying to think about it right now. Oh, I remember. Okay, so it was that we think that being a servant, that the name servant has got such a negative connotation to it. We think that being a servant is a bad thing, it's a negative thing. So if we think of ourselves as servants of God, then there is a negative connotation to that. Like, oh, why should we be a servant? We want to be the enjoyer, we want to be the proprietor, we want to have, like, our ego pops up, right? And that is the reason we're on earth, is because we started to have an ego and we started to become envious of God, of Krishna. So we came on earth, or we came on whatever, this universe, this material manifestation. So in order for us to actually get back to our true nature, we should understand that being a servant is not a negative thing. This is what was written in that book, A Way to Krishna. It's not a negative thing. It is actually a thing that gives us the most amount of joy, the most intense amount of joy. Serving Krishna gives us joy. We don't serve Krishna because of whatever. We serve Krishna because we feel joy with that. And that is the crux of it. That is the crucial part of it to understand. And once we understand that, then we go to our very nature. That's our nature, our soul. The nature of our soul is to serve Krishna, is to love Krishna. And when we get there, then we feel an immense amount of joy, natural joy. We feel that Anandambuti Vardhanam, ever increasing ocean of bliss. That's in the Shikshashtakam. So we feel that when we understand that our eternal relationship with God as the servitor, as the servant of God. Okay. That's it for this video. We'll do chapter 9 verse 8 in the next video. Wish you a day filled with spiritual growth. Radhe Radhe.